Some things in South Korea are so well designed that the moment you encounter them, you immediately wonder why the rest of the world hasn't done the same. An apartment building where a robot collects your food delivery from the lobby, rides the elevator to your floor, and delivers it directly to your front door without a single human involved. A convenience store where hot water runs continuously at a dedicated station so a full meal is ready in 3 minutes at any hour of the day or night. And a next day delivery network so fast that an order placed at midnight is waiting outside your door before you wake up. South Korea doesn't just make life convenient, it makes the inconvenient version of doing things feel almost embarrassing the moment you've seen the alternative. Today, we're counting down 15 things South Korea does better than everyone else. Watch until the end. Because number 15, South Korea's apartment intercom systems that manage your entire building life from a single wall panel shows how a country took something as routine as a door buzzer and turned it into a full residential command center. The rest of the world has never come close to replicating. Number 1. Ondol Radiant Floor Heating. Most countries heat rooms from above or from the sides. Vents push warm air from the ceiling. Radiators heat the wall they are mounted on. The warmest part of any room ends up being the last place any person actually sits. South Korea heats from below and has done so for thousands of years. Ondol is a radiant floor heating system built directly into the floor of every standard Korean apartment and home. Electric coils or hot water pipes run beneath the surface, warming the floor itself and allowing heat to rise evenly through the space from the ground up. In a room heated by Ondol, the floor is warm to the touch. The air at sitting and sleeping level is the warmest in the room. Furniture becomes optional. Families eat on the floor, sleep on the floor, and spend entire evenings on the floor because the floor is genuinely the most comfortable place to be. South Korea solved heating so long ago that the solution is now ancient. Number 2. Coupang Rocket Delivery. Next day delivery was considered fast until South Korea made it feel slow. Coupang, South Korea's dominant e-commerce platform, operates a logistics network called Rocket Delivery, where orders placed before midnight arrive by 7 the following morning. Not within a 3-day window. Not by end of day. By the time most people wake up. The infrastructure behind it is built around regional fulfillment centers positioned close enough to major population centers that the overnight window is genuinely achievable rather than a marketing promise. Drivers operate through the night. Packages arrive before the working day begins. For customers, the result is that online shopping stops feeling like an anticipation exercise entirely. You order something, go to sleep, and it is there in the morning. The gap between deciding to buy and holding the item in your hands is measured in hours, not days. Most countries celebrated when they achieved next-day delivery by the afternoon. South Korea built a system where next day means the item is waiting before breakfast. Number 3. PC Bangs. A gaming cafe in most countries means aging computers, overpriced drinks, and plastic chairs that guarantee back pain within 20 minutes. South Korea built something else entirely. PC Bangs are high-spec gaming centers found on almost every commercial street in every Korean city. Each station runs a top-tier gaming rig with a high refresh monitor, mechanical keyboard, and headset maintained to a standard that most home setups don't match. Entry costs roughly $1 to $2 per hour. You sit down, log into any game you want, and play on equipment that was updated this year. Food and drink are ordered from your seat and delivered directly to your station. Ramen, fried chicken, coffee, all without standing up or interrupting a session. The lighting is low. The chairs are built for long sessions. The internet connection runs at speeds most countries reserve for institutional infrastructure. South Korea turned a gaming cafe from a place you go when you have no other option into one you choose even when you do. If you're enjoying this so far, go ahead and tap like. It tells YouTube you want more of South Korea's best innovations. And if you love discovering things you didn't even know existed, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this list. Trust me, the next ones get even better. Number 4. Convenience store ramen stations. Most convenience stores sell instant ramen. Eating it requires going home or finding somewhere with a microwave and a bowl. South Korea solved that inside the store. Every GS25, CU, and 7-Eleven in South Korea has a dedicated ramen station built directly into the floor plan. A counter with hot water dispensers running continuously, disposable chopsticks, condiment stations, and a seating area designed specifically for eating in. You pick your ramen from the shelf, pay at the register, crack the lid, add the seasoning, fill it at the station, and eat at the counter inside or outside the store. The entire process takes under 4 minutes and costs less than $2. It is a hot meal available at any hour of the day or night in a building that exists on nearly every block of every Korean city. Most countries sell instant noodles and leave the rest as your problem. South Korea put the kitchen in the store. Number 5. KTX High-Speed Rail. South Korea is roughly the size of the state of Indiana. Within that space, it runs a high-speed rail network that connects Seoul to Busan, a distance of 400 kilometers, in 2 hours and 18 minutes. The KTX operates at speeds up to 300 kilometers per hour on dedicated track. with stations in every major city across the country. Tickets are affordable. Departures are frequent. The journey from the capital to the second city is faster on the KTX than driving on a clear day and arrives in the city center rather than at an airport 30 minutes from anywhere useful. For a country of 50 million people, the rail network effectively collapses the geography entirely. A business meeting in Busan from Seoul is a day trip with time to spare. A weekend in Gyeongju from anywhere in the country is a comfortable 2-hour ride each way. South Korea built infrastructure that makes its entire country accessible. Elsewhere, the same distance means a flight or a 4-hour drive. Number 6. Jjimjilbang 24-hour public bathhouses. A hotel is expensive. A night at a friend's place requires planning. South Korea built a third option and left it open around the clock. Jjimjilbangs are large public bathhouse complexes found throughout South Korea that operate 24 hours a day. For an entry fee of around $10 to $15, you get access to a full range of hot and cold baths, dry and wet saunas, communal rest floors where people sleep on heated surfaces in shared open spaces, food counters serving meals at any hour, and television lounges. Koreans use jjimjilbangs the way other cultures use cafes or parks. A place to go when you need to decompress, meet friends informally, or simply spend an evening away from the apartment. Late-night workers sleep there instead of commuting home. Travelers use them as accommodation. Families spend full days moving between the different areas. The entry fee covers everything inside. No spa treatment pricing, no time limit. South Korea built a public space that meets more human needs per square meter than almost any building anywhere else. Number 7. Delivery robots in apartment complexes. Most countries are still running pilot programs for autonomous delivery. South Korea made it a building feature. Major residential apartment complexes in South Korea have integrated autonomous delivery robots as standard building infrastructure. When a delivery arrives, the robot collects it from the lobby, takes the elevator independently using a built-in communication system, travels to the correct floor, and delivers the package directly to the resident's front door. The robot notifies the resident by app when it leaves the lobby, and again when it arrives outside the unit. The resident opens the door, retrieves the order, and the robot returns to the ground floor for the next delivery. This is not a test or a technology demonstration. It is a functioning daily system already deployed across multiple major apartment complexes in Seoul and other cities, treating autonomous delivery as standard residential infrastructure. South Korea didn't wait for the technology to mature before implementing it. It built the buildings around what it knew was coming. Number 8. Transparent smart bus shelters. A bus shelter in most places is a roof and a timetable on a pole. You stand outside in the weather, check your phone, and guess how late it is running. South Korea replaced that with a building. Seoul's smart bus shelters are fully enclosed glass structures with automatic sliding doors, air conditioning in summer, and heating in winter. Each shelter has a real-time digital display showing the arrival time of every bus servicing that's stopped down to the minute. USB charging points are built into the seating. Air quality monitors display current pollution readings. Some shelters include digital information panels with local area maps and public service announcements. You wait in a temperature-controlled space, know exactly when your bus is arriving, and leave with your phone charged. The standard bus stop elsewhere has not meaningfully changed in 50 years. South Korea decided that waiting for public transport is still time, and that time should be comfortable. Number 9. Kimchi refrigerators. Kimchi is present at almost every Korean meal. It is also a fermented product that needs to be stored at a specific temperature that is colder than a standard fridge, but warmer than a freezer, a range that standard refrigerators do not maintain reliably. South Korea built a separate appliance to solve this. Kimchi refrigerators are purpose-designed units found in the majority of Korean households, engineered specifically to maintain the narrow temperature and humidity range that allows kimchi to ferment correctly without oversouring. Different compartments hold kimchi at different stages of fermentation. The insulation and cooling systems are calibrated entirely to the task rather than adapted from a general-purpose design. The result is that Korean households consistently produce and store kimchi at home to a quality that would be difficult to achieve in a standard refrigerator regardless of where you set the dial. Most countries have one refrigerator designed for everything. South Korea looked at one ingredient that appears at every single meal and built a machine specifically for it. Number 10. Naver Maps Indoor Navigation. Google Maps works well outside. Inside large buildings, underground transit hubs, and multi-level shopping complexes, it becomes a guess. South Korea mapped the inside. Naver Maps, South Korea's dominant navigation platform, includes full indoor mapping for major buildings across the country. Department stores, hospitals, airports, underground shopping arcades, and transit terminals all appear with complete interior floor plans. You can navigate from the street to a specific shop on the 4th floor of a specific building and receive turn-by-turn directions that remain accurate the moment you walk through the entrance. In a city like Seoul, where large portions of daily life take place underground or in multi-level complexes connected to the subway system, this is not a minor feature. It removes the experience of walking into a large building and immediately losing your bearings, which is the standard experience in every other major city on Earth. South Korea mapped its buildings the same way the rest of the world mapped its streets and gave everyone the result for free. Number 11. Self-service kiosk infrastructure at scale. Self-service kiosks exist in most countries. Fast food restaurants have them. Some cinemas. The occasional pharmacy. In South Korea, they are everywhere and the replacement is complete. Ordering kiosks are the primary interface at fast food chains, casual dining restaurants, cafes, hospital check-in desks, and government service windows across the country. Staff are present but not positioned at counters, expecting to take your order. The kiosk handles the transaction in full. The result is an ordering experience that is faster because there is no queue waiting behind a single cashier, more accurate because the selection is made directly by the customer, and lower in overhead in a way that keeps prices down. Korean kiosk interfaces are designed well enough that users across all age groups operate them without difficulty. South Korea didn't introduce kiosks as a backup option. It replaced the counter entirely and built the interface well enough that the replacement actually worked for everyone. Number 12. Norbang private karaoke rooms. Karaoke in most countries means singing in front of a room full of strangers. The social risk is high enough that most people never actually do it. South Korea removed the strangers. Norbang are private karaoke rooms rented by the hour where a group books an enclosed space with its own screen, sound system, microphone setup, and full song library. You sing with only the people you came with. The room is yours for the duration of the booking. Drinks and snacks are ordered by phone to the room and delivered without interrupting the session. The private format completely changes who participates. It is not a performance for an audience. It is a social activity for a group, and the threshold for joining in drops to near zero because there is no external judgment. Norbang are found in every city and most neighborhoods across South Korea. They are used by friend groups, couples, corporate teams, and families across all age ranges. South Korea removed the barrier and watched the entire activity become something almost everyone does. Number 13. Hansik School Lunch Program. A school cafeteria in most countries means a hot lunch of uncertain quality served in bulk at low cost and eaten in 15 minutes before the next class. South Korea built a national program around the idea that children's daily meals should be nutritionally complete, locally sourced, and prepared fresh each day. The Hansik School Lunch Program provides a full Korean meal to every student at every public school in the country. A standard lunch includes rice, soup, a protein dish, and multiple vegetable side dishes, all prepared in school kitchens by trained nutrition staff working from menus designed to meet daily requirements. The program is fully subsidized, meaning every student eats the same meal regardless of family income. The result is that every child in South Korea receives a nutritionally structured lunch prepared that same morning, every school day for the entirety of their education. Most countries gave their schools a catering contract and moved on. South Korea decided what children eat every day is a national investment and funded it accordingly. Number 14. T-Money Universal Transit and Payment Card. South Korea unified every form of daily payment onto a single card 2 decades ago and has been refining the infrastructure ever since. T-Money is a rechargeable card that works across every subway line, every city bus, every intercity bus, and every taxi in South Korea regardless of operator or region. The same card tapped at a Seoul subway gate works on a Busan city bus, at a convenience store register, at a vending machine, and at a parking meter. There is no separate transit card for each city. There is no fumbling for the right payment method in an unfamiliar system. You load credit onto a single card once, and it functions as both your transit pass and your payment method for every low-cost daily transaction across the entire country. Tourists buy a visitor card at the airport and immediately access the full system without learning its structure first. South Korea decided payment friction was an infrastructure problem worth eliminating entirely and built a nationwide system around that decision. Number 15. Apartment intercom systems as full building management hubs. Most apartment intercoms do two things. They ring when someone buzzes and they let you speak to whoever is at the door. That is the global ceiling for what a wall panel next to the entrance is expected to do. South Korea built something that does significantly more than that. Standard intercom panels installed in South Korean apartment units function as full residential management consoles. They display visitor video from the building entrance before you decide to let anyone in. They receive notifications when a delivery has arrived and been secured in the building's parcel locker. They monitor indoor air quality and display real-time readings for fine dust and carbon dioxide levels throughout the unit. They connect to the building's security system, allow remote monitoring of entrances, and handle maintenance requests submitted directly from the panel without a phone call. Some models integrate with home automation, allowing lighting, heating, and appliance management from the same interface used to answer the door. The panel is present in every apartment in a standard modern Korean building. It is not a premium upgrade. It is baseline infrastructure included in the cost of the unit because South Korea decided that living in an apartment building should come with full visibility into that building's operations. Most of the world put a buzzer on the wall. South Korea put a command center. If you want to see more incredible things South Korea is doing better than the rest of the world, hit like and subscribe, and make sure to watch the video on your end screen. It's packed with even more.